Chosen one. What you are receiving now is not random sound or passing words, but a sacred unveiling flowing from a realm far beyond sight. If these phrases reach your hearing and something within you quietly stirs, recognize this truth without hesitation. You did not arrive here because a screen suggested it, nor because chance guided you, but because the one who observes every unseen chapter of your life drew you here deliberately. There is intention wrapped around this moment. There is meaning anchored in this timing, because earlier today you moved in a way that sent a vibration through heaven itself. Though you may not have been aware of it, you might have dismissed it as insignificant. You may have labeled it routine, yet when that moment unfolded, the atmosphere shifted, attention turned, unseen archives were stirred, and a whisper moved through eternity saying, "Notice, my beloved, what you did carried a resonance beyond the surface world." It was the kind of movement that only sincerity, surrender, humility, or quiet faith can produce. You stepped into alignment with divine intention, and the response was immediate and real. There are choices that fade within the day, and there are choices that echo beyond time. What unfolded today belongs to the second. It held substance. It held clarity. It held sacred fire. Even if no eyes witnessed it, heaven did. Even if silence followed it, the unseen erupted. You cannot yet grasp how deeply it pleased the one who shaped your spirit. This morning, heaven perceived a version of you the world has not yet learned to recognize. A self that has been forming patiently, awaiting this precise movement before the path could unfold further. If something within you agrees with this resonance, respond now. Let your action reflect your alignment with what is being spoken. Stay connected so you do not miss what continues to unfold, and allow your presence to be known among those awakening across the earth. Remain here. Do not drift away, because what follows reveals what heaven noticed, why it mattered, and what it has now ignited within your future. When clarity settles, you will understand why the unseen reacted as it did, and why today quietly opened a new chapter of transformation in your life. You may believe you simply opened your eyes. You may assume you only stood up and met another day. You may think you survived one more sunrise. Yet in the unseen, what occurred was astonishing. Heaven observed the weight pressing against you. Heaven witnessed the conflicts you never voiced. Heaven saw the questions, the weariness, the tears that never fell in public, the prayers whispered without sound. And still you rose, not because it felt easy, but because something within you refused to disappear. Before your feet even met the ground, the unseen responded. Your movement was not merely physical. It was spiritual. You rose while heaviness attempted to restrain you. You rose while yesterday tried to fracture you. You rose while opposition expected your surrender. The unseen realm detected a resistance your body concealed. You thought you were only standing up, but in truth you were pushing back shadows. You were declaring to darkness that you remain. You were showing heaven that your inner flame still burns. That single movement illuminated the unseen like a signal, like a fragrance lifting toward the throne of the eternal. Your rising became an announcement that defeat had not claimed you. Your rising became a declaration that the conflict continues. Your rising reminded every force aligned against you that your story is still unfolding. Heaven marked that moment as triumph. What felt ordinary to you was extraordinary beyond sight. It is written that the divine draws near to the brokenhearted. That closeness was not drawn by weakness, but by strength revealed within vulnerability. The eternal leans toward those who refuse to collapse beneath pressure, toward those who endure battles fought in silence. There is a nearness that comes when someone rises with shaking hands yet steady trust. You did not rise alone. The unseen rose with you. Your fragility did not repel the divine. It drew attention this morning. Your quiet endurance became a form of sacred resistance. Your movement spoke. Your breath declared, "I continue." You did not merely awaken, you advanced. You did not simply see the light. You overcame. You did not just leave the bed. You stepped back into the arena. All of heaven witnessed your resilience and answered with strength. covering and unseen reinforcement. What unfolded earlier today stirred the unseen because your rising proved one truth. You remain engaged, and heaven remains beside you. If these words are vibrating within you now, let your agreement be known. Chosen one, heaven noticed something in you that you have not yet named. You thought you were exhausted. You thought you were functioning on habit. You thought you were simply enduring. But heaven saw courage disguised as survival, faith wrapped in weariness, hope hidden beneath heaviness. What you called barely continuing, heaven called rising with power. What you labeled weakness, heaven recognized as bravery. You did not realize that choosing to go on was an act of defiance against despair. Remember the ancient truth that speaks of how humans observe the surface. While the divine sees the heart, others may notice your struggle. Others may judge your pace. Others may focus on your imperfections or your delays. But the Eternal sees the strength required for you to rise again. The fight behind your eyes is seen. The tension within your chest is known. The conflict within thoughts is acknowledged and honored. What others misunderstand, heaven understands completely. God perceives with complete clarity. He looks beyond surfaces and enters the inner chamber where no human gaze can travel. He knows your motive, the space no reasoning mind can fully interpret. He recognizes your endurance, the depth no applause or recognition could ever quantify. People notice that you are upright, yet they do not feel the pressure that rested on you when you stood. People observe your movement forward, yet they cannot sense the bravery it required to take each step. People see your expression, yet they are unaware of the conflict unfolding beneath it. God alone sees what remains invisible to all others. That is why what seems minimal carries eternal significance. And today, the unseen realm recorded your perseverance. The atmosphere shifted, messengers hesitated, eternal ledgers were adjusted. Your faith was acknowledged, your choice was registered. Heaven paid attention not to flawlessness, but to resolve, not to certainty, but to courage. Not to unshaken strength, but to the decision to remain standing even while trembling. This morning became a living witness etched beyond time, not labeled as frailty, not marked as doubt, not recorded as failure, but sealed as triumph. Heaven did not witness someone barely holding on. Heaven recognized a warrior rising. Heaven did not perceive defeat. Heaven discerned resistance. Heaven did not see someone wandering. Heaven saw someone choosing the divine once more. And each time you rise, each time you press forward, each time you decide to continue, the unseen realm speaks the same declaration over you. This is the shape of courage. Chosen one, attune yourself. Heaven did more than observe you today. It answered. What appeared ordinary in your world stirred reaction beyond sight. As the ancient word reminds us, from the moment the heart turns, the response is already released. The instant you leaned forward again, the instant you breathed even the quietest plea, the instant you tried once more under weight, uncertainty or weariness, it was acknowledged immediately. What felt insignificant in the natural became unmistakable in the spiritual. Your effort was perceived. Your posture of heart was perceived. Your unspoken cry for help was perceived. Your refusal to remain fallen was perceived. The unseen responds when those chosen walk by faith without light. It moves when you rise through pain. It shifts when you advance against resistance. Each time you place trust in the divine while heaviness surrounds you. The spiritual realm answers with force. Today, alignment began beyond visibility because of you. When you stood, when you pressed, when you allowed hope to whisper, divine movement was activated. You did not sense it. You did not notice it. You did not witness it, but God did. Messengers were released. Barriers started to weaken. Locked passages loosened. Breakthroughs began their journey toward you. What seemed like another morning was, in truth, a turning point beyond the veil. Even now, things are rearranging that carry your name simply because you chose not to surrender. Do you grasp the meaning of this? Your life is not paused. Your path is not overlooked. Your prayers are not lost in silence. Heaven is working quietly, deliberately, powerfully because of what you did earlier today. Your decision to rise sent waves through the unseen. Your endurance carved an opening. Your persistence drew divine response. Heaven is answering because it recognizes your faith, respects your effort, and contends for your future. If you believe this truth is alive within you now, eternal and powerful one, who perceives what every other eye overlooks, the one whose vision moves effortlessly through quietness, through tears, through weariness, through conflicts never spoken aloud, we approach you with humbled awe, aware that when your gaze rests upon those you have called, the unseen realm answers in response. Today, I lift before your radiant presence every soul listening now. Those who rose with burdens no one could see, those who forced themselves back into motion while feeling emptied inside, those who remained standing while everything within them urged surrender. Sovereign Father, you recognized the bravery hidden inside their fragility. You recognized belief concealed beneath their suffering. You recognized the strength required to take just one more step forward. You recognized the inner struggle it took simply to begin this day. And now, Holy One, I ask that you release a renewed outpouring of your living fire into their inner being. Let boldness surge through them like rising waters. Let your calm overtake every wave of fear. Let your power eclipse every sense of loss and failure. Let your living hope penetrate every shadowed place within their heart. Faithful God, you have declared that you draw near to those whose hearts are shattered. So draw near now, nearer than breath itself, nearer than thought, nearer than the ache they carry. Wrap them in your nearness like a covering of warmth. Let your presence dismantle every mental barrier formed by opposition. Let your radiance expose and silence every quiet deception. Let your love dissolve every heaviness they have been bearing alone. Father, acknowledge their rising today. Acknowledge the struggle they believed went unseen. Acknowledge the whispered prayers spoken when no one was listening. Acknowledge the endurance that resounded powerfully beyond the physical realm. Shift the atmosphere surrounding them now. Break every delay that has slowed their progress. Remove every assignment of discouragement aimed at their path. Disarm every force sent against their peace, their growth, and their calling. Release your messengers to surround them with protection beyond, understanding and strength beyond measure. Holy God, I declare acceleration over what you have written for them. I declare openings no human hand can shut. I declare breakthroughs arriving sooner than anticipated. I declare a peace that quiets restless thoughts. I declare favor that trails them wherever they go. Let this moment be marked in heaven as a decisive turning point, the moment where movement begins to flow in their direction. Father, thank you for seeing them fully. Thank you for noticing what others dismissed. Thank you for responding with grace from above. Thank you for the transformation already unfolding within their journey. We affirm this prayer with trust, with expectancy, and with a hope that cannot be shaken. In the powerful name of Jesus, amen. If these words have awakened something within you, do not allow this moment to fade unnoticed. Stay connected to this channel so you remain aligned with the messages heaven continues to release for you. Show your agreement by engaging with this video as a sign of faith in what God is unfolding in your life. And if you are guided to support this mission through the Super Thanks option, understand that your giving becomes intertwined with the harvest being prepared for you. Your generosity allows this message of light, restoration, and divine truth to continue reaching hearts across nations. Thank you for standing with us in this purpose-driven assignment.